On Thursday, the 17th of June, the Lagos State Attorney General, the Solicitor General of the state, and other key stakeholders in the administration of justice were at the Kirikiri Custodial Center to educate inmates about plea and sentence bargain. These became necessary to decongest the growing number of awaiting trial inmates in the custodial center. The controller of Corrections Lagos State Command, Adewale Adebisi, puts the figure of awaiting trial inmates in Lagos at over 6,000.
In Lagos State today now, we have a total of 8,000 inmates, out of which we have 6,800 as awaiting trial persons. You will agree with me that the larger percentage of the inmates that we have at custodial centers are people awaiting trials. And there are some of them that have stayed in the custodial centers for long. We have people who have been standing trial for the past 10 years, cases of 11 or 12 years. A lot of measures have been applied in the time past to make sure that this population is reduced. But we have not been able to achieve the maximum results expected. And the judiciary, let me say the criminal justice system as a whole, all stakeholders have been putting their best to make sure that this menace is reduced.
The Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Justice, Ms. Titilayo Shitabe, explains to the inmates what plea bargain and sentence is about and how it works.
Plea bargain essentially is a tool for the congestion of prisons. It's a diversionary tool. It takes us away from the long-drawn trials that people go through in court. So it helps to decongest the correctional centers, and it also helps to decongest the dockets of the judges. Now, we have a general belief, or there's a myth, that plea and sentence bargain is meant for the rich and the well-connected in our society. Well, we are here today to demystify that belief. We have made the process of plea and sentence bargain in Lagos State Ministry of Justice a very simple, straightforward process, and that is deliberate. It's meant to be very simple, straightforward, and transparent, so that it can be accessible to anybody, whether you are literate or illiterate, whether you are represented or unrepresented by counsel.
The Attorney General of Lagos says that this is one of the many programs of the state government working in partnership with key stakeholders and the inmates who are often referred to as students within the correctional center.
So the Lagos state government has designed many programs to decongest the custodial centers. Plea bargain is one of those programs. And as you have heard, plea bargain is nothing more than you sit down with the prosecution, which is Lagos State Ministry of Justice, either through your lawyer or directly, and you agree with them to plead guilty either to the charges you are facing or to what we call a lesser charge. If you agree, a plea bargain agreement will be drawn up. You will sign, your lawyer will sign, the Ministry of Justice will sign, and then we will take it before the court. And I tell you that today we have our judges who are waiting to join us online. They're going to sit in their courtroom, but they're going to sit what we call virtually. So we will see them via the internet, and any agreement, plea bargain agreement that we have reached today, they will make it the judgment of the court. So this exercise is not to force you to plead guilty when you have not committed an offense. Please note that. Note that. We have not come here to say plead guilty when you are not guilty. But if you know that you have committed an offense, the society, the Lagos state government, the judiciary, they want to give you another chance. And that chance is through pleading guilty to a lesser offense, so that in no time you will be released from here, you will be rehabilitated, and go on to live a useful and meaningful life to the society.
Key stakeholders from the NBA branches in the state, the Legal Aid Council, the International Federation of Women Lawyers, the African Women Lawyers Association, the Office of the Public Defender, and other non-governmental organizations with their lawyers are here to offer free legal and social services to their awaiting trial inmates. After this information, the Director of Public Prosecution takes charge, and some of the inmates begin to take advantage of the plea bargain. Soon, the first plea bargain agreement is struck.
So we have a plea bargain agreement with Okwayemi, and he has agreed to plead guilty to a lesser charge.
At the end of the day, 27 inmates comprising 16 males and 11 females, represented by different lawyers, benefited from the plea bargain session, which was upheld by 3 judges of the Lagos High Court who participated virtually from their courtrooms. The AG explains the plea bargain is a useful tool, especially when parties have grown weary of prosecution, and this lethargy is one of the reasons for coming to the prisons.
Since we've started, we've done about 530 or so, thereabouts, close to it. Today, we're doing 27. I know 530 doesn't look like a very large number from 2017, but there's been a lethargy amongst legal practitioners. There's been lethargy amongst inmates themselves. It's a continuous exercise. We're taking it to all the correctional facilities in Lagos State. So you have Ikoyi, you have Kirikiri, and you have Badagry. So we're going around. The DPP's team, the plea bargain committee, will go around. So the reason for this exercise is to kind of come directly to the affected inmates. So we bypass every other thing and we bring the plea bargain offer right to their doorsteps. Through the use of technology and the cooperation of the Lagos State Judiciary and of course the cooperation of the Nigerian Correctional Services, we've been able to attack a plague and a blight in the awaiting trial numbers which affects all of us.
The benefits of plea bargain includes the fact that it saves the time spent on lengthy trials. It also saves money and cuts the cost of prosecuting and defending a criminal trial, as well as promoting the principle of restorative justice.